Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, and welcome back to Calm Down and Level Up. And today we are here again in the USA States mod AI-only battle, which of course also includes all the Canadian provinces as well as a bunch of released nations like the Kingdom of Egypt, Botswana, and like Vietnam, a bunch of weird ones. Last episode we watched the Soviet Union erupt into a civil war, getting weakened even more. Due to the civil war and actually from losing all the territories like down here in the Caucasus region, as well as Belarus and the Ukraine. So losing a lot of territory. We're seeing Germany get strong. They adopted Austria into their country like they always do, and now they've declared war on Czechoslovakia. So they're invading the mountains, and they're probably going to take over the country very fast. Good signs all around for Germany, bad signs all around for the Soviet Union. So and back here in America, New Hampshire, surprisingly, really powerful. They have all of Boston, all of Massachusetts. They have all of New Hampshire, of course, and they've taken over the entirety of Quebec. So New Hampshire, tiny little state, taking over the entirety of Quebec, which is crazy. They have a huge army too. If we look down here, we can see they are able to almost match Ontario, which is a really powerful country over here. Republic of Ontario staying actually democratic though, so that's why we're not seeing them spread really that much. I think they just want to just stay here and defend themselves because they're democratic. They don't really want to invade anywhere. Down here in the eastern United States, we're seeing a big war between quite a few factions actually. We're seeing the Socialist Republic of Michigan. They took Ohio from Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania actually taking the Virginian capital from them. At war with both Ohio and Virginia at the same time, and once Virginia is crushed, if they actually do get crushed, they'll be at war with Florida too, which has the support of Mississippi and the Lone Star Empire. So I think out of this, we're probably going to see Florida and Mississippi become powerful states here in the southeast. Pennsylvania, they're doing really good. They've been surviving for so long, which is crazy. But oh, look at this. There's a Virginian fleet here. There's Floridian fleets here. Everyone's fighting outside Philadelphia. It's crazy. This has been a war zone for a really long time. So make sure you write in the comments who you think is going to come out on top of this. The Socialist Republic of Michigan kind of doing their own thing here, bringing communism into this. But then we have the fascist state of Pennsylvania here, holding on, doing pretty good, though, for what they've got. They have to recapture their state and possibly push into West Virginia and Ohio if they want to do any good. Also, Florida could come out on top of this. Mississippi could come out on top of this with Florida. They have the support of the Lone Star Empire, probably sending in troops to support them. So make sure to watch out for that. We have a large block of states over here on the West Coast. Pretty much everything. New California, State of Nevada, State of Utah, State of Ohio, State of Oregon, State of Washington. That's about it over here. Northern Cascadia is fascist, so we could see BC come down here and try to attack Washington or something. And actually, they have plans to invade Lone Star Empire, which is a little bit weird. Let's see. Does the Lone Star Empire have plans to invade them? Yes. So, two fascist states might start banging heads here pretty soon. We don't know. So let's start the game. Let's keep watching what will happen next. Minnesota doing pretty good. They've got quite an army here. They have the entirety or most of South Dakota under their control, and I think they were at war with Manitobia or something, or however you say that. I'm sorry, I keep butchering. Manitobian Empire. Yeah, so I think it may be said wrong. I'm not sure, but yeah, Pennsylvania has recaptured Harrisburg from the Ohioans, but it looks like Ohio has actually broken through their lines down here into Maryland and Virginia. So Ohio, a lot of communism looking really strong here actually now, breaking into Pennsylvania. We might see the fall of Pennsylvania this episode, guys. Actually, speaking of like falling, let's check over here. How is this Russian state doing? I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. It just started. Obviously the USSR is probably a lot more powerful. They've got a lot of units. I don't see why they're not pushing in quite yet. They're just kind of watching the border, making sure these rebels don't take too much important stuff. It looks like the rebels are pushing down into like Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan a little bit, possibly, even though there's no units down here. We're seeing a large lack of units from these rebels, so I'm not sure where their army is. if we don't see them actually have a good army, then we'll probably see them lose pretty fast, which is kind of a shame. It'd be cool if like Russia had a big civil war and then you know, at least give these guys a chance or something. I don't know. Looks like the Soviet Union still controlled Crimea, and they're pushing into the Caucasus region that the rebels control in Crimea or through Crimea. So we could see that way end these rebels. It doesn't look like these rebels are going to last too long, but it's still definitely a big you know, slap on the back to the Soviet Union, because they were already having trouble with losing all these territories. Now they're erupting into a big civil war. It's not going to be looking very good for the Soviet Union for very long, I don't think, in this game. But here we go. Virginian Empire. Oh man, Pennsylvania about to lose. It really is. We're about to lose Pennsylvania, guys. The communists up here in Michigan really done a number on Pennsylvania. They tried to take back control of Ohio. They lost. They got pushed back into their own country. But I mean, they are fighting. You got to give them that. They are really heavily defending. They're doing a good job. But I think it's pretty much over. And the Virginians are actually not at war with Ohio yet. So Ohio is actually occupying quite a lot of Virginian territory because they're at war with the same country. But looks like they'll probably be invaded pretty soon. Are they already at war? I can't tell, because they're not really invading. They have these plans and stuff. We could check actually. So what is this country right here that we're looking through? Virginia. So they are not at war with Ohio. So, or I mean, Michigan, which is a little interesting. It should happen pretty soon though. Virginia doing bad against Pennsylvania, but doing okay against Florida and Texas, which is crazy. Hungary joined the Axis. That's important. If the Hungary doesn't join the Axis, then that's going to cause an unnecessary war. Whoa, is there something going on here? So are they already at war with France? Hungary is joining the German Reich as their ally in the Wisconsin-Michigan War. Okay, so Hungary and Germany are in the Wisconsin-Michigan War. Huh. I wonder which side they're on. Wisconsin-Michigan War. Let's check. Wisconsin-Michigan War. They're on the side of Wisconsin. Okay. Wisconsin has been totally devoured by which country? Missouri. What? Wait, this is Mississippi. Okay, so that's weird. So Missouri has taken refuge up here in Wisconsin or something after Mississippi has dominated them. That is weird. This stuff gets weird, I promise. Oh wait, I missed something with the Ukraine. The Ukraine like joined something or declared war on somebody. Let's go check that, because that's cool. Actually, the Ukraine joined Syndicate. Wow. Okay, so what does that mean? They are on the same team as the Social Republic of Michigan. Socialist Republic of Michigan found itself a European ally over here in the Ukraine. That is pretty cool, I think, because Ukraine is communist, of course, and Belarus. Both these countries are communist after coming out of the Soviet Union. This Russia, this is a democratic country, right? It's non-aligned, so there's actually nothing here. It just wants to be out of the Soviet Union. It'll decide what it wants to be later. Just get us out of this horrible country. We're making our capital Stalingrad. Help us, anybody. Is it getting support from anybody? That's important to see. It doesn't really have any friends, it doesn't look like, so doesn't seem to be getting any support, I don't think. I could be wrong though. Advanced machine tools for Russia. That's nice, man. Good job. Florida holding up against Virginia. Virginia not holding up against Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's still holding on though. Jeez. Do they have Harrisburg? No, they've lost Harrisburg, but they moved their capital to Philadelphia. They have a ton of units still. I mean, you don't know. Anything could happen with Pennsylvania. We could see like them push through here and retake it. Germany declared war on Lithuania. Lithuania might win this. A lot of the time I see Germany like not really have enough units here, and then just like Lithuania just like stops their territory here. But then they usually do a naval landing and retake it. So, and it looks like they're planning on attacking the Soviet Union from like where this little cove up here in Finland. This is like the North Sea or something. I can't remember what this bay is called or whatever. It's not a bay. It's like a whatever it's called. I don't know. Jeez. But Germany is planning of going up here and then attacking the Soviet Union through there. And they've built plans from attacking Poland, which is cool. Although Italy is at war with France, so it looks like Germany is also at war with France. They're both invading France. So do not attack Poland yet. Jeez. If you attack Poland, the Allies will push through and destroy you, Germany. Oh, look at this. We're seeing... Is this Croatia? Has Croatia joined the... No, Croatia is French Entente Alliance. Wow, okay, so... What is that? What is the French Entente Alliance? Sorry, crap, I just went to a weird... Jeez. Okay, so France did their own thing. France did not join the Allies, which is crazy. That's detrimental to the Allies. And look, Poland is in their own thing too. Poland is also not in the Allies, which won't drag... Okay, World War II just totally erupted here. National Spain joined the Axis. That's huge. This is looking really bad for France. Let's see. National Spain joined the German Reich. The United Kingdom called British Raj their enemy of the German-Czechoslovakian War. Okay, so the Czechoslovakia joined the Allies, and that's probably what was dragging Britain into. But France made their own faction, and it looks like Belgium and Luxembourg both joined it. Although the Netherlands joined the Allies, and the entirety of like the countries that were in Yugoslavia that were released, like Serbia, Montenegro, Croatia, they all joined the French Entente Alliance. Just crazy to me. Let's see, did anything else join the French Entente Alliance? Like Vietnam and stuff. Doesn't look like it. This little tiny bit of France here, down here, is in it. We might see Republic of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia join it. We see a faction over here, the United Chinese Front, fighting against Japan. Japan's actually doing better than I thought they would. Let's check them, because Japan has invaded all down here. They have Manchukuo. They have Manchuria. They've got, looks like, some successful beach landings here. Doesn't look like there's very much resistance here, but there is quite a bit of resistance against these Japanese invaders down here. They've taken Hong Kong from the British, which is kind of cool. Okay. Pennsylvania keeps holding on. Jeez, they might even capture Harrisburg back. This is just the craziest. We should check the death counts in this war. It would be crazy, right? It's got to be insane. Like, Soviet Civil War is actually going heavily in favor of the defenders, so Soviets are definitely winning. Virginia, Florida War. We should check the death count on that. Virginia Empire, 302,000 deaths. Oh my God, that is horrible. Jeez, Pennsylvania has only lost 23,000 when they invaded down here. So I guess Pennsylvania and Florida are fighting on the same side against Virginia, but they might be fighting against each other in a different war, which is weird. Let's check where's the Michigan Pennsylvania war, unless it's just like called something else weird. It could be the Mississippi-Tennessee war. Pennsylvania losing 186,000. This must be where it is. And the Republic of Ohio? Where is it? Oh, and the Ukraine joined. Yeah, that's right. What are these countries? Tell me. Minnesota is on this side. Missouri is on the side. Tennessee is on this side. Connecticut and Michigan. Okay, so Michigan has lost 276,000 men versus Florida losing 189,000 men. So a lot of deaths on both sides, actually. Wow, look at this. Pennsylvania regaining a ton of land here, pushing back Ohio. Maybe Ohio just lost the will to keep fighting. Virginia, this is just an endless war, isn't it? Jeez. Lone Star Empire just kind of taking a little chill pill here because they've gotten their ally to win. State of New Mexico, putting borders, putting a front line on their entire border because they are surrounded by fascist states. Doesn't look like Lone Star wants to invade them. Does Phoenix want to invade them? No, it does not look like it. So, yeah. Guys, again, make sure to leave your top 5 in the comments which ones you would like to win. Of course, I think probably Lone Star Empire would probably be up there. Maybe even New Hampshire if you think this is like a funny gag or whatever. I think I'm rooting for New Hampshire now. Even though they're not really doing much right now. They could take over like Maine or something and then get even more powerful and invade Nova Scotia or something. State of New York, this is big for not, becoming fascist or communist. because New York is very powerful. They have a lot of units, and they're staying democratic, just like Ontario. So Ontario and New York, I wonder if they're like in the same faction. Yeah, they are actually. So they're in the same faction. This is a very powerful faction here for the democratic countries. But yeah, who do you want to win? Lone Star Empire's up there. You know, Mississippi and Florida are on the same team with the Lone Star. I wonder what their faction is called. Their faction is called the Yellow. It's the Yellow Confederation, but it's the one that is not Florida, or it's the one that is not you know, Pennsylvania or Virginia, because there's like 3 Yellow Confederations, which is really confusing. Pennsylvania retaking mainland Pennsylvania, which is really cool. They're pushing back Michigan. Let's check Michigan. What are they doing? Well, they've got tons of units trying to fight against these Pennsylvanians that are retaking tons of land. They've captured their old capital back, Harrisburg, doing a really good job here. Virginia Empire, I mean, I kind of was thinking we were going to see more out of the Virginia Empire, just due to like their position, how good they were. They have really not been able to push down into Florida whatsoever, but at the same time, Florida has not been able to push up into Virginia whatsoever either. Man, this is just getting pretty crazy, isn't it? But yeah, I'm really proud of Pennsylvania. I'm kind of rooting for Pennsylvania for my number 1, to be honest, just because of how like they've survived. It's crazy, isn't it? Like they should be dead by now. It's like they were almost in the same position that Mexico was in, but they regained control. I think they just had a bigger army and was able to keep that army alive, which is really crazy. Wow, good job, Pennsylvania. They've almost recaptured their entire original state too, which is really good. They were pushed back to like basically what was, you know, New Jersey, a little bit of Pennsylvania, and like Maryland and Delaware. But now they've captured their whole state back, and actually they're pushing back down into Virginia again, capturing the Ohio and territory that they got from Virginia, and they could probably continue attacking Virginia as well. Yep, there's fighting against Virginia down here on the coast, doing good. They've got this piece of Virginia up here that Virginia actually owned for some reason instead of Delaware or Pennsylvania. Or, I mean, Maryland. But yeah, Pennsylvania's holding on to it. Pennsylvania looking really good. I'm rooting for Pennsylvania. I don't know about you guys. Whenever I see like a fascist Pennsylvanian state and they've got all of this land, I don't know, just like the borders look cool to me. I like how it looks. I'm rooting for that country, even though like the Lone Star Empire is probably the one that's gonna be winning here. Also, I'd probably see a lot of you guys voting for Guatemala too. So I'm kind of rooting for Guatemala as well, just because you never see that come out of this game. The big Democratic bloc over here, are they all like in the same faction? The Allied Support of has all this stuff, and actually, so there's 2 Allied Supports of. I think Utah is not in it though. It looks like the Allied Support of in the north consists of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, and the one in the south consists of Nevada and California. So they're doing good. It doesn't look like Ohio or Idaho, Utah. Jeez. Is in it, but it might be called something else. No, it's just called the state of Utah. Sometimes when this country goes fascist, it's called like Deseret or something like that, which is pretty cool. There's some cool names. Turkey has accepted the non-aggression pact. Okay, so is Turkey in like, let's check over here in Europe. Turkey joined Axis. That's big. Oh, Romania joined the French Entente Alliance. That's pretty weird. The Axis almost has control of the entirety of France. France actually just surrendered. There's a... Whoa, look at this. Okay, this is crazy. And their entire faction gave up too. It looks like there's a bit of rising up people here. Whoa. Yeah, there's a bit of... I guess there's probably units down here that are like... Yeah, there's still British units all over the place, so they're rising up in rebellion. German Reich took 50 states. German Reich, really good job. Didn't invade Poland too early, except looks like maybe they were at war with Poland, but... You did a good job this time, Germany. Italy took 18 states, really powerful Italy, while they've got all the way up here into Romania. Hungary took 5 states. Nationalist Spain took 5 states. Where did they? Oh man, they took a lot of Africa, a big African colony. Oh, they needed to continue pushing the UK out of their mainland though. Czechoslovakia was annexed. Yugoslavia was annexed. Serbia was annexed. Kingdom of Croatia, Luxembourg, Belgium, Romania, Vichy, France was puppeted. Okay, wow. GG, fascists. If you're rooting for the fascist countries, looking really good. If you're rooting for the socialist countries or the communist countries, looking kind of bad. Look, if you're rooting for the democratic countries like United Kingdom and France, I'd say in the middle, because I don't know, like this weird French thing that happened totally screwed them over and destroyed any chance that the Allies had on mainland Europe. But you know, the United Kingdom still could pull something out, because the United Kingdom always is really powerful, and they've always got this weird ability just to like do these weird land invasions wherever they want and do really good at them. So we could see, you know, that. Also, the Germany is pushing into Poland here, so we'll have to watch that. Lithuania, actually, Poland captured that entire German area over here, which is a bit weird. Lithuania, they have to capture Lithuania as well. But yeah, guys, we're gonna have to end this one here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on it and a favorite. If you want to add it to your favorites, you can do that. And subscribe if you are new. And I will see you all next time when we continue to watch what happens to Pennsylvania and Florida and Virginia. These are the main attractions, and Lone Star. All right, peace.